Welcome back to another edition of Tea and Toys. This time we've got the Jakks specific Sonic the Hedgehog Shadow figure. Now if you remember from the other Sonic video that I did, this was actually bought for somebody else. And since then, that person has already got themselves a Shadow the Hedgehog. So, this one's mine. So here he is, in his box. I don't usually do the box side of things anymore, but as we know, we got Sonic, Tails, Shadow, and Dr. Eggman, Dr. Robotnik for the real fans, as your run-up figures. Obviously you get a few bits of articulation as depicted on here. Well, let's not delay, let's get him open. And here we have Shadow out of his box. Shadow comes with one accessory. It's a 10 Super Coin, just like what came with one version of Super Sonic. And like with all the other Jakks specific Sonic toys, this one does not stand up very well. So I just want to plonk him down, falls over. Plonk him down, falls over. See, unlike the Knuckles where they made his feet extra big to compensate for his heaviness, but unlike, say, Shadow, Knuckles doesn't have a lot going on the back of his head like Sonic does. Again, Sonic falls over. I think even Super Sonic as well. And that's obviously without trying. You know, some figures they should just stand up without trying. So let's get these guys at the back there, Sonic and Super Sonic. All the Hedgehog-based characters. Obviously, Knuckles is an echidna from Down Under. Get him out of the way for a second. So, Shadow, obviously a few more paint decos here, obviously the Shadow stripes. There is a Super Shadow version, which I'm not interested in. I don't, you know, Super Sonic I bought as like a little pickup. Sonic, because I wanted a Sonic figure, and obviously I wanted Metal Sonic as well. This is the core reason why I wanted to pick up. I wanted a really cool Metal Sonic figure. And I didn't do Tails' video, so I apologise for that, but there's Tails as well. And what's funny, in the real world, Tails would actually be the biggest character out of the lot, and Sonic would be the smallest. There we are. This is Shadow's video, nonetheless. And you see he's got the old Shadow stripes on top. Now, I think, personally, Shadow works better as a baddie character, as a villain. He's kind of like an anti-hero. I think the original storyline is that he was the creation of Gerald Robotnik, which is Dr. Robotnik's grandfather. So, who the father was and all this. Was he a nice guy? Was he even a doctor? The middle Robotnik. So Professor Gerald Robotnik is obviously his grandfather, and then there's Unknown Father, and then there's Dr. Eggman, also known as Dr. Robotnik. And then you've also got Eggman Nago, which I believe he's like in the future version of Dr. Robotnik. So he's a descendant of Ivo there. And actually, one thing I haven't got, I didn't pick up Dr. Robotnik either. I want to get the classic version. Now, there is a 3-pack that comes with the classic Sonic, a classic Dr. Robotnik, and the Sonic 2 Metal Sonic. But the issue I have with that Sonic 2 figure is that that Metal Sonic is like this big, and he's meant to be a big unit. He's bigger than this version. He's probably bigger than the Sonic 3 version. I wanted all the Robot Sonics. Don't know why, I just love those Tech Sonics, but that one just seems like the biggest no-no. He's just completely the wrong size. Now, aside from a lot of the QC issues, which I have seen on the Sonic figures, like there was an original Metal Sonic that I did buy, and his leg just snapped straight off. And you can see you don't have a lot of movement on these figures, because these really thin limbs, and I know that is the modern look to the Sonic characters, aesthetic, and it works to a point, but when it's a figure, it just makes these pegs so thin. So you've got to be careful, because all this spins around here. And to think that these are designed for predominantly children to play with, they're a lot more tougher and bashing them around than say I would be. And it's just one thing to look out for. If you're collecting these, just be aware that too much manhandling, they'll just break. Like that Metal Sonic, that old one I had, literally just snapped. Bang, snap. But another thing with Jakks is it's the character selection. Now I understand they're going to do a lot of Sonic variants. You've got the classic fat-looking Sonic, you've got the modern-looking Sonic, and I know they've packaged one with the bounce shield, one with a coin, one with a snowboard, and I think one's like, he's got his mouth open smiling. This one is the closed mouth smile. But there just isn't enough difference between the Sonics to, I don't know, justify the amount that they do. I literally went into my local Smith's Toys and the shelf was literally just rammed. Sonic, 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 Sonic. Oh, Sonic with a snowboard. Oh, Shadow the Hedgehog. It was actually quite hard to get hold of over here originally. And I would just like to see more characters. I want to see all the Chaotix crew. I want to see Knack the Weasel or Fang the Wolf, or whatever we want to call him. Definitely want to see that character. And yes, I do want him to come with a pop gun. Like I said, the Chaotix crew, so that's Charmy, Vector. Like Charmy could come packaged in with Vector or SBO, because he's quite that bit smaller. Or just release him in the 4-inch scale, which is quite a cool scale. And they've actually done more characters in the 4-inch scale than they have in the 6-inch scale. Like you've got more Badniks. They could do packs of Badniks in that scale. On the Ladybird one, which is the Robo Bug, I think it's called. They've done so many characters. They've got all the heavy metal Badniks as well. You could do the standard Dr. Robotnik Badnik from Sonic 3. There are options. Big the Cat. The Sonic CD version of Amy Rose is the one I would prefer. I prefer it with the spikes going up, and not instead of like the little the Bob version that they do of Amy now with the hammer. Actually, the other one can still come with a hammer, and a love heart come out of her head to go with your Sonic CD Sonic. I would just like to see more Badniks, just more characters in general. We've had a couple of Tailses, we've had a couple of Shadows, we've had a couple of Knuckles, and we had a whole ton of Sonics. Just better quality and more characters. Like, there's so many more characters they could do. But like with all the other Sonic figures, there's not much more to say. He's obviously got head articulation. They don't stand up very well. But I quite actually like the fact they painted the bottom of the feet, so his booster shoes. He doesn't run as fast as Sonic. He's got these rocket shoes. But his cool gloves on as well. So there are differences between Shadow and Sonic. He's got his little tuft here that Sonic doesn't have. Sonic's just got a painted belly. But he works better as a baddie, and he should have come with a rifle or a gun or something. You need to stop this silly like, oh, toys can't come with guns and stuff, but a sword's fine type thing. But there we go. That is Shadow the Hedgehog. To look at, they look great, but to play with, not so much. The Mario ones are a little bit tougher. But word of the wise, fiddle with caution, because these pegs are so thin, and enjoy your Sonic stuff. And he falls over. Well, on that note, don't forget to love, like, subscribe, and suggest Sonic characters you want to see from Jakks in this line.